What's up guys, it's ENDYMION and welcome to a new series on my channel where I talk about a single game and some of the interesting facts around it. Today's video is all about the original Mass Effect game. I will be making future videos on Mass Effect 2, 3, and Andromeda, so subscribe if you want to see that too. Anyways, let's begin and dive deep into the Mass Effect Iceberg Explained. Did you know that Mass Effect was originally called SFX, or Science Fiction X? Apparently, the developers loved this name originally, but eventually the name Mass Effect was chosen out of a supposed list of 10 or so potential names. Mass Effect was also born out of a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic sequel idea. After BioWare struck gold with KOTOR, BioWare didn't want to make a sequel to an established franchise they didn't personally own. So it was decided to make a new IP instead of a sequel. However, a sequel to KOTOR would be made, but by Obsidian Entertainment instead, called KOTOR 2: The Sith Lords. Mass Effect's core concepts were actually designs and story ideas that were originally cut from Knights of the Old Republic. Imagine what could have been if BioWare made a Star Wars game and somehow introduced a threat like the Reapers into it. We could have been in a very different place with the Star Wars IP these days. Also, Mark Meer wasn't BioWare's first choice for Commander Shepard. That's right, the voice of our beloved male Shepard was originally just a temporary fill-in voice while BioWare found the actual voice they wanted. BioWare was like, "We found someone else, you're fired." And the other producer was like, "Actually, they can't come in, we got nobody. You're hired again, let's get to work." The original canon Commander Shepard was actually FEMSHEP. Although most of the marketing material in the original Mass Effect had male Shepard in the front, of course, back in 2007, the gaming landscape was much different than now, and likely BioWare was skeptical of having a female protagonist be the forefront as it might affect sales. Remember that around this time, many games had male main characters, and the bald Space Marine main guy was kind of a meme at this point. Obviously, these days, that wouldn't really matter, but the more you know. Did you know that Mass Effect's style was based on the influential artist named Sid Mead? Sid is famous for being the concept artist behind science fiction masterpieces like Alien, Blade Runner, and Tron. So shout out to Sid for being a badass. It's because of him we have the series we all love today. Also, Mass Effect's original motion capture was done on the same set as the soundstage that was used for the 1939 movie Gone with the Wind. This is all according to Jonathan Cooper, who was one of the animators on the original game, who told fans on Twitter in a little 10-year anniversary thread he posted back in 2017. The entire conversation cinematic style of Mass Effect was actually based on the Ricky Gervais made show The Extras. The entire show was shot with extremely close, almost borderline awkward close-up shots of the actors when they spoke. And that's really cool to know, and I'm totally cool with it. Did you know you could originally save both Ashley and Kaidan on Virmire? There's a hidden audio file in Mass Effect 1 where Ashley and Kaidan can discuss how Shepard used a crazy stunt, as they put it, that resulted in both squad members surviving Virmire. But this was obviously changed, which I think was for the best personally. Did you know the actor for Joker, whose name is Seth Green, improvised a ton of his lines for Joker in Mass Effect? So much so that BioWare would just let him go off on tangents and just use what they liked most and put it into the game, which is dope since Joker's awesome. The original game was actually banned in Singapore at first due to its same-sex romance scenes. Although eventually BioWare was able to release the game in the region, it had much pushback originally. Who wouldn't like some sexy blue alien ladies? Singapore, apparently. Speaking of sexy blue alien ladies, did you know that LIARA was based off of Gillian Murray, an American actress, which when you put it side by side, yep, that's her. Nice. In the codex titled Humanity and the Systems Alliance, it's detailed that human hybrid creations are outlawed by the Alliance. So, if you were hoping for cat girls or full-blown human hybrid furries in the Mass Effect universe, sorry guys. The System Alliance is strongly against it, although I'm sure Cerberus has some furries stashed somewhere, illegally of course. Probably. The planet of Zayarder in the Hades Gamma system is said to have a strange phenomenon where geometric patterns of light appear on the dark side of the planet, but whenever observed closely, they disappear. This is actually a reference to a Star Trek episode called The Lights of Zetar. It's an episode where a race of aliens who take the physical form of a storm system infect other organic hosts and possess them. and basically use their new hosts as vehicles for them to escape their planet. So I guess it's a good thing that Normandy never docks there at least. We have enough problems to deal with as it is. Mass Effect once had a major storyline that was too similar to a Star Trek episode according to Casey Hudson. Apparently, whenever someone at BioWare pitched an idea that was either done before or was too similar to something else, lead designer Preston Watamanik would immediately chime in and tell them if it was okay or not. Preston apparently had an insane knowledge on science fiction media, so shout out to Preston for keeping Mass Effect original all those years ago. Did you know the original villains of Mass Effect were apparently going to be gods who created humans to serve their needs? But Casey Hudson backpedaled on this idea and the team came up with the idea of the Reapers instead, which I'm much more happier with personally. Saren was going to originally bring the Reapers back in the first game, and he would have had a command over an army of organic monsters. But the team thought it was weird that an organic like Saren with an army of organic creatures would want to bring back machine gods. So this was obviously changed, and the Geth were instead made the enemy cannon fodder. Speaking of cannon fodder, originally the Geth weren't even the force Saren had control over. It was supposed to be an army of angry Batarians. But for the reasons explained in the previous point, it was changed, which again was for the better. Although the Batarians are still the galaxy's punching bag, they get the short end of the stick constantly throughout the series. One of the biggest challenges of the original game, according to Casey Hudson, was that the storyline was originally way too complicated and had way too many plot twists. Hudson talks about how they had to fine-tune and sand off the rough edges of the story to keep Mass Effect simple and easy to understand. But now I wonder what plot twists they had in mind, because my theory-driven brain would love to know someday. Did you know that Salarians are based off the most generic version of aliens in today's media? The gray aliens? You know, the ones from that weird movie Fire in the Sky? Yeah, those are Salarians in BioWare's universe, and in my opinion, the Salarians are a much cooler design than the typical gray alien anyways, and they wear clothes, which is nice. Speaking of alien races, the Asari were designed to be a race literally full to the brim with beautiful women. BioWare just wanted a race of hot alien women in their game, and fans everywhere thanked BioWare for their selfless act of keeping BioWare fans the horniest fans in gaming. You're all disgusting, and I love it. Did you know that Krogans are actually based off of bats? I still can't believe this since I always just saw them as chubby, cute, toad crocodile guys, but nope, they're based off of bats, which is kind of metal. I dig it. The real-life model for male Commander Shepard, whose name is Mark Vanderloo, apparently turned down all offers to cosplay as the Commander at any events because he wanted nothing to do with the franchise. Mark Vanderloo sounds like he's really fond at parties. This one's actually really cool. You actually meet EDI in the original Mass Effect. Remember that rogue AI on the moon in Mass Effect 1? Surprise, that was actually EDI. Who would have thought you'd go from sworn enemies to having your entire ship be controlled by the same AI that tried to kill you? Isn't life interesting sometimes? This one's pretty commonly known, but did you know that Commander Shepard is named after Alan Shepard, the first American in space, and Shepard's in-game birthday is the same day as the Apollo 13 mission. Shepard's in-game birthday is April 11th, 2154. The Apollo 13 mission launched on April 11th, 1970. Have you ever wondered why almost every race in Mass Effect has 2 arms and 2 legs? It wasn't by choice, but it was actually due to a design limitation on BioWare's part. The team didn't have access to skeleton models that could work at the time during Mass Effect's development, so the art and design teams had to create various alien races, all based around the humanoid body structure, so it could work in-game. Of course, there are aliens in Mass Effect like the Elcor who look different, but think about it. When have you ever seen an Elcor in-game moving around and doing stuff? That's likely because BioWare couldn't animate it. Huh, the more you know. And finally, here's a little fact about Mass Effect and, well, me, as in this channel. My channel name is ENDYMION, which is based on a character from Greek mythology. Endymion was a mortal man that fell in love with Selene, the moon goddess. Selene wished to preserve Endymion's beauty, and so Zeus put Endymion into an eternal sleep so Selene could gaze upon him for the rest of time. But here's the Mass Effect connection. Endymion's profession and way of life was being the shepherd to his livestock that he kept watch over. So yes, Endymion was literally a shepherd. This was totally not planned by me. I just realized this like 2 months ago and had a laugh about it, but there you go. My channel name is literally Shepherd. Kind of. Well, there you go, guys. This was the Mass Effect Iceberg Explained. I plan to do videos on Mass Effect 2, 3, and Andromeda, so let me know and give me any facts you want to see in those videos as well. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe to give my life meaning, and share the video if you wanted to. And let me know any facts you think are really cool about the original game as well. Thanks to my patrons, the link to that is in the description box below, and I'm Endymion. Happy New Year, everyone. We did it, we made it, good on all of you. Here's hoping the world heals somewhat in 2022, and we can move on from everything. Thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and here's to a new year. My goal this year is to reach 10,000 subscribers. I'll try my best to earn it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.